Buenas tardes, soy Natalia Sánchez de Spanish-Perfecto and I'm here to help you learn Spanish-Perfecto from level 0. Today we're going to keep practicing the past of regular verbs ending with AR. Are you ready to start? Empecemos. Let's grab a verb like we did last week. For example, hablar. And we're gonna conjugate it together in the past. Yo hablé, tú hablaste, él habló o ella habló, nosotros, nosotras hablamos, vosotros, vosotras hablasteis y ellos, ellas hablaron. I know I said in the beginning of this podcast we will be recapping regular verbs, but I think it's necessary for the next activity to study one of the most important irregular verbs in Spanish. And of course, one of them is the verb estar. Always the most useful verbs in Spanish like ser, estar, ir, are usually irregular. However, it's not that bad. Let's conjugate together the verb estar in the past. Yo estuve. Yo estuve. Knowing this one, we can conjugate the rest because the endings will be the same as regular verbs. Tú estuviste. Él estuvo. Nosotros estuvimos, vosotros estuvisteis, ellos estuvieron. Not bad news in the end. Knowing yo estuve, we can conjugate the rest. It becomes regular after that. Now that we know all this, we're going to listen to a test that I will be reading about Maria. She's going to use a lot of verbs ending with AR, and these verbs are going to be presented in its past form. Pay careful attention, and after this, we're going to be translating it together and stopping at those verbs that might result difficult. But I don't think this is going to happen. María está hablando de su estancia en Santander la semana pasada. Maria is talking about her stay in Santander last week.
La semana pasada estuve en Santander. Santander es una ciudad magnífica. Estuve con unas amigas. Pasamos una noche en un pequeño hotel y otra noche en casa de otros amigos. El primer día por la mañana buscamos en internet los pueblos más bonitos de Santander y después con el coche visitamos aquellos más cerca del hotel. Por la tarde estuve sola en la playa, pero no nadé porque el mar en el norte de España es un poco frío. Mis amigas por la tarde descansaron en el hotel y cuando yo regresé tomamos una ducha. Después paseamos por la zona del hotel. Cenamos en un restaurante de pescado y allí encontré a una amiga de la infancia. Hablé con ella mucho tiempo y me contó muchas cosas. Al final, mi amiga dejó a sus amigos y cenó con nosotras en la misma mesa. Después de cenar, tomamos unas copas en un pub y bailamos toda la noche. El bar cerró y obviamente paramos de bailar. Regresamos a nuestro hotel y desde allí mi amiga tomó un taxi a su hotel. ¡Qué día más divertido! Al día siguiente yo me levanté con mucha energía. Este día estuvimos en Santander ciudad. Visitamos monumentos, la catedral, iglesias, parques bonitos y en la noche regresamos al hotel a dormir.
Vamos a ver juntos qué hace María en el hotel y en Santander con sus amigas. Empecemos. La semana pasada estuve en Santander. I was in Santander last week. Yo estuve con unas amigas. I was there with some friends. Pasamos una noche. We spent. Obviously, it's the past because we're talking about last week. We spent a night in the hotel y otra noche en casa de otros amigos. And other night in my friend's house, in others' friend's house. El primer día por la mañana, the first day in the morning, buscamos, to look for or to search for. Buscamos en internet los pueblos más bonitos de Santander. We looked for the most beautiful villages in Santander and in internet. Y después con el coche visitamos, and after with the car, or then with the car, we visited those más cerca del hotel, those closer to the hotel. Por la tarde, in the evening, estuve sola en la playa. I was alone at the beach. Pero no nadar, but I didn't swim. Porque el mar en el norte de España, because the sea in the north of Spain, es un poco frío. It's a bit cold. Mis amigas, my friends, por la tarde, in the evening, descansaron en el hotel. Descansar. Ellas descansaron. They rested at the hotel. Y cuando yo regresé, and when I came back, regresar. A verb ending with AR. Cuando yo regresé. When I came back, tomamos una ducha. Después pasear. We walked por la zona del hotel. Around the hotel area. Cenamos. We had dinner en un restaurante de pescado. In a fish restaurant. Y allí, and there, encontré a una amiga. Encontré. I found a friend de la infancia, from my childhood. Hablé con ella mucho tiempo. Hablé. I spoke with her a lot of time. Y me contó muchas cosas. Me contó. Contar, to tell. She told me a lot of things. Al final, mi amiga, in the end, my friend, dejó a sus amigas. Dejar it's like to leave, dejar, to leave. It's like she left her friends. Ella dejó a sus amigas y cenó. Cenar, cenó con nosotras, with us, en la misma mesa, in the same table. Después de cenar, after having dinner, tomamos unas copas en un pub. We had some drinks in a pub. Copa is usually a wine glass in Spanish, and when we say we tomamos unas copas, that means like we had a few drinks. But we don't know what kind of drinks we had. It doesn't have to be wine. So, y bailamos toda la noche, and we danced all night. El bar cerró. Cerrar, to close. El bar cerró. The bar closed y obviamente, and obviously, paramos, parar, to stop. Paramos de bailar, and we stopped dancing. Regresamos a nuestro hotel. Again, regresar, to go back or to come back. Regresamos a nuestro hotel. We came back to the hotel. Y desde allí, and from there, mi amiga tomó un taxi a su hotel. My friend took a taxi to her hotel. ¡Qué día más divertido! What a fun day! Al día siguiente, the next day, yo me levanté. Here it's something to point out. We have a reflexive verb, levantarse, in the past. As you can see, we still use the particles me, te, se, nos, os, se, and we only conjugate the root of the verb, levantarse. Entonces, yo me levanto in the present, yo me levanté in the past. Tú te levantaste. Él se levantó. Nosotros nos levantamos. Vosotros os levantasteis. Ellos se levantaron. So the particles remain the same and we conjugate the verb as we do with the other verbs. Entonces yo me levanté con mucha energía. I got up with a lot of energy. Este día, this day, estuvimos en Santander ciudad. We were in Santander city. Visitamos monumentos, la catedral, iglesias, parques bonitos. We visited monuments, the cathedral, churches, beautiful parks. Y en la noche, and at night, regresamos, one more time, regresar al hotel para dormir. To the hotel to sleep. Could you write a beautiful story like this one to tell us what you did last week? To be honest, it was a bit difficult, well, not very difficult, but I had to find verbs ending with AR, trying not to add any other verbs with different endings. And as I said, there are other past I didn't want to use. So I had to think a little bit. But I'm sure you can do something like this. And if you want, you can send it to me on Instagram, and I will be very happy to read your stories. During the next episode, we're going to introduce the verbs ending with ER, and then we will also do a beautiful story with more verbs included. I hope you enjoyed, y muchas gracias por estar ahí y hasta el próximo episodio. Remember, you can always contact me through my website www.spanish-perfecto or my Instagram account Spanish-Perfecto. ¡Hasta pronto!